If you've never budgeted before in your life, look, this is the only rule you really need to know. It's called the 50-30-20 rule. And honestly, it's probably the simplest way to manage your money without feeling restricted, stressed out, or overwhelmed. In this video, I'm going to break the whole thing down step by step with real numbers, real examples, and exactly how you can set it up today. And make sure you stick around until the end because I'm going to show you a mistake almost everyone makes when they first try using this rule. Welcome back to StackedCents, the channel helping everyday Americans build real wealth, one smart decision at a time. If you're new here, make sure you subscribe because we drop a new money video every week. All right, let's jump right into it. So what exactly is the 50-30-20 rule? Here's the basic idea. You take your monthly take-home pay, that's your paycheck after taxes, and split it into three simple categories. First, 50% goes to your needs. These are the expenses you absolutely have to pay for. Things like rent or your mortgage, groceries, utilities, insurance, minimum debt payments, and transportation to get to work. A simple way to think about it is this. If you stopped paying for it and something bad would happen, it's probably a need. Next, 30% goes to your wants. This is all the stuff that makes life more enjoyable but isn't essential. Eating out, streaming services, shopping, concerts, travel, your daily coffee, all of that falls into this category. And real talk, this category exists for a reason. Budgeting isn't about depriving yourself or cutting out everything you enjoy. It's about being intentional with where your money goes. And finally, 20% goes to savings and investments. This is where you're building your future. We're talking about your emergency fund, retirement accounts like a 401k or Roth IRA, index fund investments, and extra debt payments beyond the minimum. This is the category that actually creates wealth over time. All right, let's make this real with some actual numbers. Let's say you take home $3,000 a month after taxes. Here's exactly how that breaks down. $1,500 goes to needs. That covers things like your rent, groceries, utilities, and transportation. $900 goes to wants. That's your fun money. Eating out, subscriptions, shopping, whatever brings you joy. And $600 goes to savings and investments. That's money going toward your emergency fund and your future. Now let's say you make less, maybe $2,000 a month, take home. $1,000 goes to needs, $600 goes to wants, $400 goes to savings. Notice that the percentages stay exactly the same. The only thing that changes is the dollar amount based on your income. And that's one of the reasons the 50-30-20 rule works for literally anyone at any income level. Okay, now let's talk about how to actually put this into practice. Step one, calculate your monthly take-home pay. Take a look at your last few paychecks and figure out your average net income. Step two, list out all of your needs. Write down your rent, utilities, groceries, insurance, minimum debt payments, and transportation costs. Then add everything up. Now, if your needs are taking up way more than 50%, don't panic. Honestly, that's extremely common right now, especially with today's rent prices. We'll talk about what to do about that in just a second. Step three, we set up separate accounts or use a budgeting app. Apps like Mint, YNAB, or even a simple spreadsheet can work great for tracking this. Some people even open 3 separate bank accounts, or one for needs, one for wants, and one for savings. Then transfer money into each account every payday. Step 4, automate your savings. We talked about this in a previous video, but it's worth repeating. Set up an automatic transfer the moment your paycheck arrives so that your 20% savings happens before you have a chance to spend it. Now, here's the mistake almost everyone makes when they first try this rule. They try to force their needs into exactly 50%, even when their rent alone is eating up 60% or 70% of their income. If that's you, and honestly, with today's housing costs, it probably is, don't force the numbers. Instead, use this as a target to work toward. Maybe right now you're sitting at 65% needs, 25% wants, and only 10% savings. That's okay. The goal is progress, not perfection. Focus on gradually moving that wants percentage down and your savings percentage up over the next several months. Even going from 10% savings to 15% savings can make a massive difference over the course of a year. Another version of this rule that's becoming popular in high cost of living areas is the 60-20-20 split, which gives you a little more room for needs. At the end of the day, use whatever version fits your real life. The exact percentage matters a lot less than building the habit of separating your money intentionally. So that's the 50-30-20 rule completely broken down. 50% needs, 30% wants, 20% savings and investments. You got the real numbers, the real setup steps, and a practical way to adjust the rule if your situation doesn't fit perfectly right now. If this helped you, hit that like button and subscribe to StackedCents, because next week we're talking about how to build your credit score from zero, even if you've never had a credit card before. And drop a comment below. What percentage are you currently at for needs, wants, and savings? I want to know. Thanks for watching. Stay stacked.